Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. We want to be that consumer advocate for you. You know, kind of an overview here of the program. If there's any new listeners right now, what we do is we bring on attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors, self-defense experts, all types of different niche business owners and account reps. For example, we go into different niches, of course, where we're talking about private pilots with Captain Will Smith, or we have our auto industry expert, Mike Murphy Auto Group, Dennison Yachting. We're talking about boating and yachting. So we have all these different niches. So we can help you with everything from roofing and home services all the way to attorneys, CPAs, financial advising, and different areas of real estate, business, finance, all these different areas. So we did the show. We put the show together to be that consumer advocate for you, to help you understand your buying decisions and put you in touch with all of the best expert contributors for whatever you're looking for at the time. And maybe it's a referral, maybe somebody in your family that is looking for a specific type of attorney. We've got all the best experts here in Tampa Bay, and we'd love to connect with you. 727-263-3707 is the hotline, and consumerqb.com is the website, consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors online, consumerqb.com. Coming up, we're going to talk with Alex Lima. He just recently visited the MMA Hall of Fame, and we're going to talk with him about self-defense as we do here on the program. Also, a couple of current events I want to touch on as well. Before we do, a couple of hot listings from our real estate team, the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 9749 Little Blue Stem Drive is one of our hot listings. This is a beautiful property that we have, a two-story home, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, 2334 square feet. You have a beautiful home in the coveted Connerton community. What I love about these planned unit developments is that you're going to have an array of opportunities outside of the home that are community elements. So you have, for example, 2 different pools here, a lap pool, you have a splash park, miles of trails, on-site elementary school. This home also features a large backyard that's fenced in, so it's a great opportunity to own real estate. Great family home here at Little Blue Stem Drive, Land O'Lakes, Florida. Also, another property that we have in Hillsborough County is 6026 100th Avenue East in Parrish. This is another one of our listings from our team, and this is 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 3,000 square foot home. Beautiful property, just a gorgeous home here in Tampa Bay. This is Hillsborough County. You have a completely screened-in, oversized lanai that's 22 by 38, large lanai, updated bathrooms and tile flooring, European sink cabinets, rock landscaping, large tile kitchen, 2 new AC units with warranties, 4-foot fencing, beautiful property, granite countertops, lots of updates and upgrades to look at. And you can see all of our listings online, PlatinumCoastalElite.com. That's PlatinumCoastalElite.com. All right, Alex Lima back in studio. Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts, our self-defense expert contributor, as well as show producer as well, man. Doing a great job on the show producing side. Appreciate that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate being here. This the show really has been a blessing in my life, as well as you and your family as well, man. I'm glad that we got to cross paths.
Yeah, likewise, brother. Likewise, man. Tell me about this MMA Hall of Fame. That must have been really cool for you.
Bro, I can't even tell you how amazing that was for me. Like, not since I was a little kid, I haven't had many moments where I was kind of like starstruck, and there's not many times that I'm left kind of like fumbling for words and speechless. You know? Yeah. Except maybe when I was younger, trying to like talk to girls, learning how to talk to girls.
Yeah, exactly.
But so I was very blessed again with an opportunity to not just go and attend, but also help with the production and setup of the Florida Mixed Martial Arts Hall of Fame.
Wow.
I believe this was the 3rd year. I'm sorry, it's an annual event, and this was the 3rd or 4th. I apologize for not remembering off the top of my head. I believe it was the 3rd. And it was just it was historical. It was down in Orlando at a satellite of the UCF campus. Beautiful events. I got to help be there. We had it was a nice formal dinner with everybody, and I was sitting there literally with legends side by side talking with them and stuff. Another beautiful thing about that was I was there to bear witness to the first female fighter being inducted into the Florida Mixed Martial Arts Hall of Fame, Jessica Aguilar, who was in the UFC. Lots of UFC fighters were there, actually.
Wow, that's cool.
We had Ricardo Laborio was there, and he's just an absolute legend in the Carlson Gracie lineage, which is the lineage of my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that I train under. And he's also the founder of American Top Team. He was one of the founders and creators of American Top Team.
Wow.
We had a lot of, Florida Mixed Martial Arts, so that stuff is here, man. Jessica Aguilar, she's from here. Ricardo Laborio's from here. Luigi Fioravanti, he was an up-and-comer, fought in the UFC, killed the local scene for a while. I mean, Benson. I mean, the list just goes on and on of the people that was around. And it was just cool to have them all, when you do an induction ceremony like that, you usually have somebody induct you. Mm-hmm. So, guys you're seeing on a regular basis in the UFC and all these other organizations were coming up, getting on the mic, and then calling these people up because that's how legendary they are. You have current stars calling these people up and giving them thanks for the path that they paved the way for.
That's cool,
so
man.
It was beautiful to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, is that something like Ken Shamrock would be involved in, or is that not Florida?
He'd have to be a Florida born.
So it's Florida Hall of Fame.
Correct. It was the Florida Mixed Martial Arts Hall of Fame.
Florida Mixed Martial Arts. Cool, man. That's really unique.
Yeah, and then shout out as well to my friend and coach, Professor Rafael Garcia. He's the one that put that together. He had this thing in his head that he was like, we have so many legends that have come out of Florida.
Yeah.
Why don't we pay a bigger tribute to them?
Yeah.
Because the large, quote unquote larger organizations, that has a monopoly on everything is the UFC.
Right.
They have a Hall of Fame, but if you've ever watched one of their ceremonies, I mean, like a Ronda Rousey or whatever, these people that have been inducted so far, they get up and they have like 5 seconds. Like the talk time is very quick, and you get like a jacket and a trophy, and it's like, okay, it was a cool thing you were there.
Wow.
This was like these people got to sit up there and tell it was moving to tears, the stories that they were telling, and it was beautiful. Like there was, a couple fighters that going way back before it got as mainstream as it is now.
Yeah.
And fighting over in Japan, dude, you're getting paid peanuts to fight.
Yeah.
I
remember some of the stories with Ken, man. Ken would sell those stories.
You're just doing this because it was your passion. It's what you did. There was just something in that warrior spirit inside you that makes you get up and do it. And being moved to tears because some of these people thought they would never be recognized, never even thought they would be recognized for what it is were pioneers and paved the way for what it is today.
Right.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I remember Ken telling some of those stories, and you kind of do it for the hope of eventually maybe going more, mainstream, making more money. It's kind of similar to a lot of these you look at a lot of the old baseball players or football players in the NFL that played in the 70s, the pay that they got versus some of these athletes today, right? I mean, it's a huge
there's no
discrepancy.
Comparison. There's no comparison.
Yeah.
And as mixed martial arts as well, the martial arts in general, for whatever reason, I just don't get it, is still grossly underpaid. Compared to boxing, first off, the numbers are astronomical, especially when you're like a superstar. But the NBA or even the NFL, man, dude, like a third string kicker is still making like six figures sitting on a bench most of the time.
Well, yeah, it's
what I'm saying?
The league minimum is $750, I believe, $750,000 right now.
And then some endorsements and stuff too, because you're an actual, I'm wearing a Bucks jersey or whatever. So I mean, you're still racking in, and the majority of the time, don't get me wrong, if we need you, we'll call you on the field. But the majority of the time, you're getting paid to sit on the bench. I mean, you get out and practice, but still, these guys, we step into a cage, man, and do battle for like gladiators for your entertainment. You're hoping that your medical bills for after the fight don't cost your whole fight purse.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking with Alex Lima here, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts here in Tampa Bay, self-defense expert. Talk to me about the common layperson out there, the person that should be, it's one of those things that says you don't know what you don't know. And I think sometimes people need to be introduced to something, or unfortunately, I think in a lot of your cases where you've trained people, you've had maybe a situation where someone got mugged or maybe worse, a rape happened. Talk to me and talk to our audience about what they should be doing or what they should consider with taking care of their personal, their self-defense and their family.
First thing is awareness. First off, you have to be aware that this is a reality. This isn't a movie. It's not something that we're just talking about that might happen. This happens on a daily basis. I promise you, if you put whatever news channel you want and you watch it for 20 minutes, there is some sort of attack or violent act that is taking place.
Right.
And we're going to talk about it. And those are just the ones that are reported and put on the news. So
right.
Think about that. The actual statistics are it's dumbfounding.
Right.
You can't imagine. The numbers are astronomical. And it, blows my mind because I grew up, part of it, I grew up, again, not telling the sob story, but bad neighborhood, was in like literally, dude, I went to school and you would hear gunshots in between classes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're sitting there trying to listen to an English literature class, and you're hearing, gunshots pop off or somebody getting robbed when you look out the window.
Yeah,
It was like that, like
yeah.
legit. So this is something that just I've always had my head on the swivel, and it was like, I got to know how to fight. I'm not going to sit here and just get beat up, So self-defense has always been something in my life. So I have a hard time wrapping my head around sometimes the lack of necessity for it.
Yeah.
And what you were saying, like, somebody that, unfortunately, I have someone that after the fact wants to come and learn how to do something.
Right.
You've already been attacked,
Yeah.
we can try to prevent it again,
Right.
But I actually taught a great self-defense lesson the other day. And one of the things I was talking about was, what is it that necessity is the mother of invention.
Yeah.
You need to understand that this is a necessary skill. This is why these things were created, So the reason anybody doesn't go out and get training is because they don't see it as necessary.
Right.
Right? You feel you need a faster phone, you got to be able to take better pictures. It's necessary. We got to go out and do it. It becomes a priority, right?
Yeah, that's right.
How could it not be a priority to want to protect your home and your family and just not be a victim in the world and society that we live in nowadays?
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. Yeah. It is. And you look at some of the crime, like I'm looking at my list here of stories that I could clip in. There's a couple here. I mean, it's pretty crazy what's happening. Ukraine obviously is a big story right now. There's one here. I want to play this clip from the War Room. This is interesting because it kind of goes on the line of the government misinformation. Here's what we're talking about, but domestic violent extremism is what they're calling it.
To walk you through this group, if you read the press release, basically they're admitting that the government is now openly working with corporations, with their private sector partners, to help get data, to help get information, to just share resources to help combat, you guessed it, domestic violent extremism. But if you really drill down and you look at the who's who of the dozen or so people that are listed as belonging to this new group, you can tell it really is just the bowels of the swamp, the bowels of the deep state. You, of course, have some, I'm sure, names you guys recognize at home, John Brennan, James Clapper, but you also have three signatories, the last two names I just said are included on that, who actually were part of the Hunter Biden hard drive Russian disinformation letter. How's that for hypocrisy and keeping it so offensively in your face? But even more interesting, and this is some exclusive War Room analysis, we also have Alyssa Massimino. This is someone who's up at Georgetown Law. She's repeatedly tweeted about how much she hates Donald Trump, even asking people, what are you doing to put Donald Trump in the rear view mirror? It's clear these people are.
So, yeah, I just want to play that because that was basically they're bringing this new organization in. Remember the failed organization that they tried to bring out, this disinformation board? That's what that's doing. That's what this is replacing. But anyway, so they're propaganding these ideas about domestic violent extremism.
That's just crazy. I mean, again, these are all things that are very, very real in society. Domestic violence is real. Child abuse is real. Spousal abuse obviously is real. Bullying is real.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
And it's always these people trying to come up with these policies that they have no real world experience.
Yeah. That's right.
It's like, when I was a first responder, the people making the calls as far as budget goes for the drugs that we needed or the tools we needed to fight fire or the vehicles and all that stuff, it's people that haven't been out in the field in 30-something years.
Right.
They don't know what it's like to be in it right now.
Yeah.
Same thing, the people that want to take away your guns and they want to, pass like BS laws about your ability to defend yourself.
Yeah.
They've never been in a real fight. They've never been in the hood when someone pulls a gun on you and starts shooting.
And they have private security, a lot of them.
Yeah, they want to take away all your guns, but they're walking around protected by guys with guns.
Exactly.
Come on, man. Pay attention.
It is. It's unbelievable. All right, so final thoughts back to you, man.
Please, people, let's do better. We're the human race. Let's come together, one nation under God, right? That's what it says. And that's how we should act. We need to get back to that.
That's right. I like it. Good stuff. How do you want people to connect with you?
You can always check me out on Instagram and social media at BlackBelt_fitness. And you can always check out the show website, consumerqb.com.
That's right. Consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors there as well. All right. Good stuff, Alex. Thanks for bringing that knowledge for us and retelling the stories of the MMA, the Florida MMA Hall of Fame. That's pretty cool.
Beautiful, man.
I got to see the videos. That'd be cool. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with one of our expert contributors, Nick Shriver, decorating elves. It's that time of year. People are starting to decorate for the holidays, and that's what his company does. He can help you with that, getting the decorations set up for your home. And, of course, year-round as well. He hooked me up with a beautiful lighting on the trees at my home and decorating the home and adding value to the home. So we'll talk with Nick coming up here in just a moment. ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, just